Do you want early access? Do you want uncut reactions? If so, then check out our Patreon. Link in the description down below. Fight! 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 Oh.
Don't fight. It's a bad idea.
I mean, it is a bad idea.
Okay, I agree. It is a bad idea, but I think that's what everyone in the comment section is going to be saying. Like, fight, fight,
Oh, yeah.
fight, fight, fight. Some of you out there have seen this show, and you probably know what's going to happen. I mean, we don't, which is the shitty thing.
The more I think about things, this is probably my anxiety coming up with shit, but I have a really bad feeling about this whole situation right now.
This is a good way to get expelled.
No, this is a good way for Deku to not have a good alibi whenever she's out as him, like, slashing someone's throat right now while he's not in bed, and everybody else is like, what did he go out for the other night, you know?
That's true.
Like, with Bakugo being the only person to be like, he went with me. Like,
Yeah.
you know, and everybody's like, well, nobody trusts him because he's such a loose cannon, you know? And it's
Yeah.
Also, Deku punched this building in half.
yeah. They're not being smart right now at all.
No, that's not smart at all. And that's...
Well, I mean, but he doesn't know that was
Yeah, he
Toga.
doesn't know, like, the implications that are set up for this to happen, but it's not looking good, in my opinion.
No, it is not looking good. Like, this whole situation just could end up very bad. Like, Mikey, you were talking, like, potentially get expelled.
I mean, that's
I mean, that could be...
They also don't know that he's out at night right now, most likely.
No,
unless they have someone, like, as a spy within the class or something. But
True.
I mean, Aizawa is apparently famous for expelling people in the past, and he hasn't expelled anyone out of this class yet. So
actually, I take that back because I keep forgetting there was a traitor that they still haven't found.
Yeah, oh yeah, and
Yeah, like
I wonder who that
someone-
could be.
Yeah, they're laying low as fuck. So
Yeah, they are.
who knows who that could be?
I
I have
don't
a
know.
feeling they're gonna make it like a heart-wrenching moment where it turns out to be somebody we really liked this whole time too.
Oh God, what if it's Ochako?
I kind of forgot about that. Do you
That'd be
think?
messed
Do you think
up.
they're going to follow through with that, or do you think they're just going to forget about it?
I think they're going to follow through with it. Still casting doubt on it to a certain degree, but I think it's going to go to the point where everyone's going to semi-forget about it, and then all of a sudden it's
They
just
bring
going
it back up being like, "Oh, you forgot about this, didn't you?"
it's like, oh my God, we forgot. And then all of a sudden the person reveals themselves, and they're just like, I can't believe how stupid you all were.
I think it's probably going to be a character that we haven't seen that much background info on. So if you try to think of the characters that we don't have, that we just have like minimal background info, but we still kind of like, you know?
Well, the one I think that could pull it off would probably be like the animal voice guy, because he doesn't talk very much. He keeps a low profile as is, and plus that would be a good way for him to do espionage.
Sending animals to give messages.
Exactly, like a bird. All he has to do is just go.
Yeah.
This could be like
Doesn't
that.
even have to train a carrier pigeon. He just picks a random pigeon and be like, yeah, take this to these guys for me. You know?
Yes.
Could be like that Stanley superhero reality TV show they had back in the day.
Oh yeah.
Like the first season that aired, they like had a guy, and his name was like he was like a
Devastator. or
no,
something.
he was like a mechanist or something, and his name was like Rodiart. It was this traitor spelled backwards, and nobody picked up on it. So he's like secretly filming them talking about like why they were there. One guy was like, "I'm just here for the prize money."
Anyway, speaking of Excelsior and True Believers, let's see if a fight embroils from this. Let's see what happens. Here we go.
This is bad. We're not even supposed to be at Ground Beta by ourselves. Why don't we talk about this during one of our free periods? We could reserve a training room or something. There's no reason it has to be right now.
If we fight for real at school, we'll be stopped. Let me see for myself.
Damn.
Listen to what you're saying,
Yeah, exactly.
you psychopath.
If you don't want to get hurt, punch back. Oh yeah, you switched to using kicks more these days, didn't you?
Come on, stop! This isn't smart! Kacchan!
I don't think he cares.
You know your problem? You're always overthinking things. Just fight me!
Jesus.
Despite breaking curfew, contacting their homeroom teacher now.
Are you kidding me?
You have to stop this. Why hurt each other when we
shit.
can
Oh,
just talk
no.
things out? I told you to wait!
You were always behind me, our whole lives.
Listen to me!
Stop running! Stand up and fight! We both admired him, so why?
Oh!
Why? me! You got so much better, and I destroyed All Might! I admired him so much. But it's because of me that he ended up losing his power! If I had been stronger... All Might knows it was my fault, but hasn't said anything. Everyone has to know, though. I can't get it out of my head. It's like it's constantly playing on loop. He's been blaming himself, obsessing over it. I was the only person in the world who understood how Kacchan felt.
Oh!
Damn.
Get you some of that.
Big boot to the face.
Good. I can see
You should have just gone to see a therapist, buddy.
I refuse to be your punching bag, Kacchan. Let's go.
Shit, okay.
He just
Let's
needed
do
to vent
this.
his emotions, and fighting was the only way he knew how.
Alright.
Above! That was close! Can't let him think! He'll be on me before I land! Watch out for his hand!
Uh-oh. Oh! Oh, big shot in the ribs.
It's no good. He's not giving me any time to try and predict his moves. And we've both been getting stronger. What are you smiling about? I thought you weren't gonna be my punching bag! That's one of the things I hate most about you! I can never tell what you're thinking. It's obvious you've always looked down on me, even when we were kids! Is that what you actually believed? All this time?
Damn.
Think about it, Kacchan. There were things I hated about you, sure, but I could clearly see how amazing you were. You had so much going for you that I didn't have. All Might was my hero, but you were the one actually in my life! But I didn't realize how much stronger my body had gotten thanks to all the training and testing. I can't dodge. Gotta block! My continuous whole body limit had been raised to 8%. I wanted to see what you'd become! That's the reason! I kept chasing after you! You passed me!
Oh! Damn! Oh my god! Shit!
My timing was off for that hit! When I get riled up and my desire to win surpasses my desire to save someone, without meaning to, I start talking like you. I've got the upper hand in the air! I didn't jump without a plan! Kacchan thinks he's got a strong handle on my new shoot style. But I'm not nice enough to let him pummel me, just to relieve a little stress. But I never said I couldn't use them at 5%!
Oh!
You're the best! That's why I want to defeat you!
Oh! Shit! Oh!
Oh.
Oh! Damn! Bakugo won.
That's it. We're done here. I won this fight. Even after making it your own, somehow you still managed to lose to me.
Stop this right now. Both of you. I'm sorry, but I heard what you said.
He was the one that stopped
I
Aizawa.
didn't notice before. I should have.
It's too late now. Why did you pick Deku? It started when the Sledge Villain came, didn't it?
He was powerless, but still more heroic than anyone else. You were someone who could already fight, so I decided that he should have a chance to stand in the ring.
I always wanted to be like you, which meant being as strong as possible. But look what I did to you.
This is not your fault, young Bakugo. I was always going to lose my power. You couldn't do anything to change that. This isn't your burden. I apologize. Sometimes I forget that you're children.
So does the internet.
Jesus, Micah.
Damn it, Micah.
What?
Now that you've laid your feelings out on the table, maybe you can understand each other. if you have mutual respect and focus on making one another stronger, I've no doubt you'll become the ultimate heroes, winning and saving people at the same time.
Huh.
That's not what I wanted to hear. You had the strongest guy in the world lay the groundwork for you. Don't you dare lose again. Okay, so talk. Who knows about you two?
Recovery Girl and Principal Nezer do. As far as students go, only you.
Don't worry, your secret's safe with me.
I don't deserve this. I should be down on my hands and knees begging for you to keep this secret from me.
I'm not doing this for you. It would just be a real pain if this got out and messed stuff up.
And so, All Might told Kacchan the whole backstory. And finally, how he chose his successor.
If this got out, people'd be confused and they'd start wondering where the power is. You idiot, what were you thinking when you first told me about it? Things aren't gonna be the same though, Deku. You got that? You've been watching me and everyone around you, absorbing what you see to get stronger. Well, I can do the exact same thing and keep getting better myself.
And I guess I'll just have to be better than that.
You what?
I have to go higher than you.
Damn it, nerd! I just said I was gonna be the one to surpass you!
They've become proper rivals now. But they weren't before.
You fought the night you finished the preliminary hero licensing exam? I'm glad to see that you two have so much energy.
It's my fault that they sparred in the first place.
Midoriya and Bakugo. Why am I not surprised to hear that?
Will you leave them to me for now? I'll bring them back.
Your fault? And how is that?
It seems young Bakugo has been feeling like he was responsible for my retirement. This whole fight was brought about because of the failure of his teacher.
I understand that they felt they had to break the rules. But this isn't something I can just ignore. You're both on house arrest. 4 days for Bakugo and 3 for Midoriya. During that time, you'll clean all the common areas in the dorm morning and night. Plus, I want a written apology.
Everybody's cool until Aizawa comes out with his hair tied back. Then you know it's on.
Yep, man bun Aizawa.
Threw down, and now you're under house arrest?
Hilarious. Look, morons. This does mean you'll miss the opening ceremony we're going to right now. Bakugo, what about our extra classes?
Shut up, Icy Hot! This has nothing to do with you!
About my shoot style. What did you think of it?
Your movements are too obvious. Even when you got faster, I was able to dodge them. I'm not gonna win any fight that way.
Telegraph.
Oh, right.
And when you added in punches, it really pissed me off.
So, yeah, seems that Bakugo and Midoriya are on a bit better terms now. Albeit, you know, it's going to be a big bridge to build, but I think effectively they'll be able to work together cooperatively and not have Bakugo be at Deku's throat all the time.
Well, like you said, they're proper rivals now,
Yes.
essentially. So they're just going to be trying to one-up the other every time, pretty much.
Yeah.
Just motivation to build.
Well, here's the thing about Kacchan. I think effectively he's going to be the next Endeavor, but I think he's going to have a better mindset of it because Endeavor is just solid, nothing but like raw justice, and I think Bakugo is going to be a lot more loose with that, especially now that he has Deku around him to sort of anchor him back into reality a bit more. I think you're right. I think what you mentioned earlier, Bakugo might become more of an anti-hero, but I don't know if he'll like leap headfirst into that.
Well, after that moment, I don't think that's as likely, but it was just a cool thing that I came up with, like the last episode that I was thinking about. I was just like, that'd be great.
Well, also another thing too, with this, I mean, now we understand why Bakugo had such a perception about Deku, and also, the stress that he was holding on to with the loss of All Might's powers and abilities. I mean, he blamed himself for that because he got caught.
I mean, I get that, but at the same time, he's always been a butt. I mean,
and
at least
yeah.
we got like one answer for like what is wrong with this dude.
Yeah.
Well, we actually got two because the other thing was, he always saw Deku as someone who
down on him.
Yeah, he thought Deku was looking down on him.
That's like a really strange delusion.
Yeah, it is.
Well, I mean,
bizarre.
it's
like he said, it's like an inferiority complex type thing.
Yeah, and it can be seen as that because it can be seen as that in a certain light, especially when, the dude is able to predict what people are going to do and is effectively seeing them as sort of effectively, I think how Bakugo thought Deku saw heroes was like what's the word I'm looking for? Like, what's test, like rats in a test maze, I guess. I guess he could see it like that, and that Bakugo was his number one because Bakugo, like, Deku was always wanting to be around Bakugo, and I guess Bakugo saw that as a bit of an insult. But again, a person's way of seeing others, like, for instance, for the longest time, there was this one kid. I always just thought like he hated me because we just didn't get along. Turns out he didn't like me because apparently all his dad would do was just talk shit about my dad because our dads didn't like each other, and I didn't know this. And the reason why he didn't like me was because of his dad. And then after we got to know each other and we got to see, hey, I'm not my dad and you're not your dad. I mean, we can still talk, and we actually became pretty good friends. I'm not going to say we're best friends, but he didn't hate me anymore. And that's things that you eventually grow out of in like middle school and high school, because it's at that point sometimes you're just like, it's not worthy of being pissed off about all the time. Because when you're a kid, you're more likely to believe illogical things. For instance, when we're kids, we believe in the Tooth Fairy, the Easter Bunny, and Santa Claus. And as we grow up into adults and our minds get more skeptical, that's when we're just like, okay, so that was bullshit, and that was bullshit. What else is bullshit? And then
you're saying that those presents on the tree from Santa aren't actually from Santa?
Yeah, they're from Jesus.
Okay, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. It is Christmas, after all. I mean, come on. It ain't called Saturnalia. It should be, though. Anyway, so
overall,
I mean, the fight between Deku and Bakugo.
That was a cool fight.
That was a really good fight.
That was
the animation.
A really cool fight.
Like that crane shot.
I didn't expect that to go the way that it did.
Me neither. I expected, a few punches to be thrown and then it would be broken up, or maybe like Deku would just like willingly not throw back. But then I think Deku...
I didn't expect him to be able to say something that actually got him to agree to the fight, But I was proven wrong.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I'm just glad that, well, I mean, obviously, like, Midoriya, he's pretty durable because he has one for all, but,
yes,
I guess we had to have this fight happen because Bakugo couldn't really pull that finisher off on anybody else, or like their cranium would be splattered all over the pavement. Because that would that would kill a normal person.
There's some heroes that are pretty durable. I mean, not Kaminari, but Kirishima.
Well, yeah, he would harden, yeah, obviously, but like, I mean, most humans that would kill.
Yes, well,
handily.
Well, yeah. But overall, I would say that's probably one of the best fight scenes of this entire.
That was pretty darn cool
series. That one, the crane shot that went under them and like went up, you can tell that there's certain parts of this that they throw in 3D animation, and because that's only really possible to do in a quick enough way to where 3D animation is the only way they can do that. Don't get me wrong, that like most of this is still computer drawn 2D animation, but for the most part it's all like there's certain scenes in this where that would require shots like that to be in 3D because it would make it a lot easier. Because it's easier to put a 3D camera in an environment and make it go wherever you want than to hand draw every frame of it as it expands and changes. I mean, that's just amazing. Anyway, I loved this episode. This was a really good episode. And with the next week, we are going to be recording the last two of this season, and then we'll be finally
Yeah.
up to date on the most recent season. Oh my God. So hopefully we will see you all there for that, and hopefully you all enjoyed this, and if you want to see more, you know what to do. You hit that subscribe button, you ring that bell to stay notified, and you can check out our Patreon down below in the description. And until next time, everybody, I guess that's going to do it. I'm Nate.
Micah.
I'm Nick.
And we'll see you then, everybody. Peace out.
Get you some of that.